but it is literally money for nothing. Amortization, bit of a difficult one to say that. Right, so today we're going to talk about side hustles. So we're going to look at 5 side hustles that you can do to earn yourself a little bit of extra money and get your way onto what people call financial freedom, or having passive income, or maybe just saving up so you can leave your job, start your own business, whatever you want to do with it. So this is going to be 5 side hustles for you to start, and they're really super easy ones. Right, so we're going to start with number 1, which is my absolute favorite side hustle. It's one that I did when I was young. You might have heard of me talk about it in some of my videos, but I think it's one of the best side hustles, and that is upcycling or recycling things off of eBay, Etsy, or whatever it might be that you use. What you need to do is, if you've got like a specialist hobby, so say you like golf or cycling or badminton or something like that, or whatever it is you like, maybe you just like buying nice designer clothes, you'll always find on eBay or Etsy or somewhere like that, Facebook Marketplace, those sort of places, people selling stuff, and they've taken appalling pictures of it, and you can't really even work out what you're buying half the time. But if you know what you're looking for, you'll be able to snap up a real good bargain. So if it's broken or whatever, you can repair it, and then you can get the stain out of it. I mean, the clothes better if they've got labels on and that sort of stuff, but you can get those things, clean them up, take much better pictures of them, and then what that allows you to do is put them back on, and then hopefully you'll get more money for them. So 9 times out of 10 you will actually get considerably more by taking better photographs, repairing stuff, and making it look like it's actually something people want to buy, and not just someone that's taken a snap of it as their kind of, I don't know, an afterthought, if you like. So upcycling is a really, really good way. I mean, that's literally how I started my side hustle when I was at university. I used to take bicycles that were a bit unloved or poor photos, or maybe they only had one photo of the bike and it was like at the back of the shed or something like that, but I knew what I was looking for. So I'd buy that bike, fix it all up, and then I'd put it back on eBay all fully fixed up, and then probably double my money, if not more. And that allowed me to keep that money in a pot, side hustle, and then you can use things like PayPal to store it, all of the rest of it, so that you can pay your eBay fees and the rest and things like that. So really good way. Upcycling, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Etsy, those sort of places, Gumtree. Look for products that you know about. Don't buy stuff you don't know about, but buy stuff you do know about, and then try and upcycle it. So side hustle number 2, it's the classic, everybody loves it, it's washing cars. I know that's like maybe what you do when you're younger or whatever, but actually people could turn it into a real skilled art. So you could do a whole boot full of valeting gear or whatever and try and do that as a side hustle. It's a really good way, tax efficient as well. You get to write off all these products against your cost. You can drive around, do it mobile. People are lazy inherently, they don't want to clean their own cars most of the time, and therefore you can really take this to the next level as a side hustle and get that income coming in. We've actually turned this side hustle actually into a fully fledged business, so we do commercial cleaning as well as our own vehicles and stuff like that. So you can see how you've actually taken a side hustle and made it into a fully fledged business. So car cleaning, go and get the equipment. You don't even need to have a van. You can just drive around in your own car. You can cycle around if you don't even have a car. Wash people's vehicles. You can use their water and so on and stuff like that. And then you can get that money. Most of it's going to be cash. I'm not telling you to avoid the tax man or whatever, but basically it's going to be nice and easy for you. You're not going to have to get up, setting up go cardless machines and the rest of it. Just get yourself a nice side hustle cleaning cars. The 3rd side hustle that you can do, which is a really good way, is actually doing online surveys and looking at online point scoring systems. So there are lots of companies like Vox Pop who basically you fill in like surveys. So they want to gather data about whether or not certain demographics fit certain criteria or whatever, and then they feed that information back to companies so they can better do their marketing. And what they do is they pay you for filling in those questions. So for example, they might be like, how much do you earn? Where do you live in the UK? And do you have any children? Then that's quite a broad appeal, so they might only give you a penny for that. And wait for me for a second, because I know you're all turned off when I said 1p. But then the next one might be like, have you tried this type of product? Let's say it's Coca-Cola, for instance. Have you also tried Pepsi? Have you also tried this? And they'll want to know all of that detail so that they can actually not only just go where you live in the UK and your demographic and your kids, but whether you've tried those products, what you thought of them and the rest of it. So that might take, I don't know, let's say it takes a minute and you earn 50p out of it. Well, that's 50p a minute. If you can smash them out, loads and loads of them, you can probably earn yourself easily 20, 25 pounds in an hour. Some of them will pay a penny, some of them will pay £1.50, depending on what's there. And some of them do little videos as well. So you do a video of yourself saying, I tried this product, I tasted it, it didn't taste very nice, whatever you want to say. And then you submit that, and then they give you back the money in return for giving you that marketing material. So they're really, really good ways. Loads of apps. If you go on the App Store, the Google Play Store or whatever, download. They're generally called Vox Pops because a lot of them are filming you as well, so they're super easy. I mean, I used to do them in the lockdown when we had all the masks on and the rest of it. In the queue, we'd be queuing up for the supermarket or the bank or whatever, and I'd literally just be filling them in as fast as I possibly could. And I felt like I was earning money and I was winning. All that time you stood in the queue rather than just standing there looking around twiddling your thumbs. I've actually earned myself 2-3 quid. I know it's only 2-3 quid, but it adds up. If you do that 7 or 8 times a day, you end up with about kind of 20-30 quid or something by the end of the day. And then it's paid back to you when you reach to a certain level often. So you have to get like to £10 or something before you can release the money back into your own bank account. But it is literally money for nothing. So yeah, that is my third tip for a good side hustle to do really around your day-to-day business. Now we're on to side hustle number 4. It is being a virtual assistant. So what is that? People don't really always understand what that is, but basically it's a remote PA or a remote admin assistant. So basically it's a VA, and it's really aimed at that person that earns, say, like £100 or something like that an hour, and they're just doing all these menial tasks, you know, like uploading receipts or perhaps, I don't know, doing job descriptions, that sort of thing. And really their time is much better spent doing different things, more profitable things. So, but they can't afford or justify to employ somebody full-time or part-time to do that, because maybe they only need them for 10 hours a week or something. Well, that's a perfect job for a VA, because a VA is built up of multiple clients where they can help with all of those skills and those really time-consuming but not so important tasks. I think that's a really, really good side hustle, because it allows you to work around your existing job. You can work in your evenings. Most of these tasks are not time sensitive, so they can be kind of given to you in the day, done in the evening, and then the person that's employing you will then have it in the morning, that sort of stuff. So even things like bookkeeping, if you've got a bookkeeping skill, you can do that as a VA as well. So there are many different tasks you can do and build those clients. And people are time poor and hungry. So, you know, really business owners, especially those kind of really small startup type companies that perhaps need somebody, they're your target audience right now. And I said at the beginning, it's a real big passion for me, because this is actually yet another business that we've turned from a side hustle into a fully fledged business where we are virtual assistants, but actually what we do is we do so much more for people. We can answer their telephone calls, we can do their bookkeeping, we can do all their general admin. If you want to know more about that particular business, look in the description below. There's a link to the website. It's called the We Group, and it does all this sort of stuff. And Laura or one of the team will get back to you with your inquiry. But even if you just want to pick their brains about how to start up as a side hustle as a VA. So last but not least, number 5. So I'm going to talk to you about credit card churning and points. So we've got the apt Amex sign behind us here. American Express, Cap on Tap, various other supermarkets, so Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer's or whatever, they all have bonus points on them and little vouchers and various incentives and things like that. I know it's not a traditional side hustle, but actually if you're really clever with your credit cards, you can actually amass enough points for some pretty good things. I mean, over a short period of time, I mean, Cap on Tap, which is kind of aimed at businesses, but there are many different providers providers that do different credit cards and things, but you can get 1% back on everything you spend. And now that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's actually giving you 1%. And over a short period of time, you could be in kind of at least £100 or so on, which you can then use to convert to Amazon vouchers and all that sort of stuff, or you can use for cashback to pay off your bill as well. Air miles, all that sort of stuff, Avios points, everything, Nectar cards, the lot. Everybody will have their thing that is more useful to them, so you need to do your own research. But some of the best cards are the supermarket ones, where they're giving away bonus points for signing up. American Express do a massive amount of bonus points and incentives and things like that. And then you'll always find the odd one, like people like New Day and so on like that. You'll go into a Halfords and they'll do a credit card, but they'll give you 10,000 points, which is probably enough for a sat-nav or something like that. I don't know if anyone buys sat-navs anymore, but showing my age there. But whatever it is, you can buy in the store. So they're always worth really getting them. And as long as you're sensible and you don't get yourself into debt, basically, as long as you can manage those and you don't go over the top with them and you spend sensibly on them and use them, then you'll always get those Nectar points or various other bonus points, Avios and the rest of it. And you can really start to build them up. So if you've got 10 credit cards and they're all giving you like £100 a quarter or whatever, obviously that's £1,000 a quarter, £4,000 a year. So £4,000 a year just for spending money that you were going to already spend in the shop anyway. I think that's an absolute no-brainer. Right, well, I hope you really enjoyed that. I know there's lots of different side hustles that you can do, but those are my kind of 5 tips for you at the moment. Nice and easy ones to start with. So we started with our eBay. I love that one. That is like literally my favorite. It brings me back to like my young Matthew, and you know, really installs that kind of hustler type mentality, I think, of buying stuff and then redoing it and then reselling it and cycling it. And then we've got our car, where basically you can do the valeting and so on, and that's really good for you know, kind of building your rapport with customers as well, because that's a lot of face-to-face interaction, so you can really build upon that. And then you've got the Vox Pop Me one. That's more you kind of more confident people, if you've got to film yourself, but actually you can do the filling in ones. They're nice and easy, little small wins, like little percentages, but if they all add up, then you can use that money, and then maybe you use that money to then start another side hustle or something like that. And then you've got the VA. Do love that business. I think it's brilliant, and a lot of business owners can learn from outsourcing their services and trying to delegate and upskill, leverage other people's skill sets. Like, why would you do that when you can pay someone £20–30 an hour? Even that's more than what it costs to employ them, but your bank of 10 hours, 300 quid or something, and they're going to take away all your admin tasks, your bookkeeping, whatever it is, and that's going to free you up. And then the last one is obviously the credit card points. I think that's a real easy win for almost everybody. If you haven't got that mentality of side hustle, you haven't got the confidence, whatever, just get yourself some credit cards. Please, by all means, be sensible with the limits and the rest of it. Don't get yourself into debt, but just get those sign up bonuses, use them, and then basically amalgamate them all together and then get your side hustle value, whether that's cash, points, air miles, whatever you're going to get. So those are my 5 key tips or suggestions for side hustles in 2024. So if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Comment below if you can think of any other side hustles at all, anything I've missed out or anything you think that's a really good thing. Stick some unusual ones in there as well, and I'll try and reply to all of the comments. But yeah, subscribe, comment below, and tune in for more videos like this. And we've got our podcast coming soon as well. So if you're a business owner and you want to get on that, or if you're just an employee and you want to kind of have some tips about how you can excel through your job or whatever, or get the next job up, or plan for retirement, whatever it is, that show is really for anybody who wants to set a goal and needs some help achieving it. So go to info@matthewcox.biz, sign up for that, and we'll get you booked in with the podcast. Slots are going super fast. We're booked up till pretty much September now, I believe. So yeah, please do get on there, and then we can help you reach your goals.